In Mahabharat, there were many warriors, but some of them were left as unsung heroes in the hidden history. It's believed that he was capable of winning the Kurukshetra in no matter of time. Let's learn about such a super robo who is lost in time. He can be called as the Indian Terminator. His name is Barbarik. Though much was not mentioned about him in the Mahabharat, his history can be found in Maheshwar Khand in Skand Puran. While Pandavas and Lord Krishna were discussing in the courtroom, Yudhishthir asked for Lord Krishna's suggestion over the marriage of Ghatotkacha, the son of Bhim. Sri Krishna mentions about an alliance. After the slay of Narakasur, his son Bhagadat took the reign of Pragjyotishpur. There is a demon named Mura in this kingdom. He has a daughter Kamakatankata, also named as Maurvi and Ahilavati. She would be the right match for Ghatotkacha, since she had the blessing of one of the Shaktipeeth's goddess Kamakya Devi. She gave Maurvi an undefeatable sword and shield, says Sri Krishna. The wedding of Ghatotkacha and Maurvi was grandly performed in Indraprastha. After some time, they are blessed with a baby boy who took after his father with dark skin and a pot-shaped head. Since Ghatotkacha was also named so owing to the shape of his head, as Ghat means pot, the baby boy was named Barbarik. He is a warrior from childhood and he acquired his father's courage and intelligence as heredity. Once Ghatotkacha took his son to Dwarka and requested Sri Krishna to advise him about the acquisition of knowledge and power. Sri Krishna advised Barbarik to do Navadurga Upasan at Mahisagar. Following his advice, Barbarik became Navadurga devotee and performed great diligence. It was told in Mahabharat that while Pandavas were on exile, they had taken rest in Barbarik's ashram. Without knowing that fact, when Bhim stepped into a pond to drink water for quenching his thirst, Barbarik stops him without knowing that Bhim was his own grandfather and also gets into fight with Bhim. Later, realizing this fact, he regrets deeply and feels ashamed of his ignorance. Unable to tolerate this guilt, he decides to end his life by drowning in the ocean. Mahashiv and Devi Parvati save his life and tell him that his life was destined to end in Lord Krishna's hand. Parvati bestows him with 3 wonderful arrows as a boon. While the first arrow identifies the target and the second arrow safeguards the non-targets, the third arrow destroys all the targeted things in just a second, which was somewhat like the current day missile technology. When eventually the Kurukshetra battle was all set to begin, Maurya, Barbarik's mother, takes a word from him that he should fight on behalf of the weaker side only. Barbarik agrees to this and leaves to meet his grandparents, taking his arrows. During a discussion on each individual's capability to end this battle, Barbarik states that he can end this battle in no matter of time, thus explaining about the power of his mighty arrows. On his way back, Sri Krishna stops him in the disguise of a Brahmin and doubts his capability of fighting the Kurukshetra. He even throws a challenge to prove the same. He points to a nearby tree and asks Barbarik to make a garland of its leaves and give him, while he secretly hides one of them under his foot. Barbarik targets his arrows. As said, one of the arrows which collects the leaves keep roaming around Sri Krishna for the leaf which is hidden by him. After witnessing this, Sri Krishna realizes the danger behind this. As Barbarik says that he will fight on behalf of the weaker side, he keeps switching between the two sides and ends up with killing everyone except himself. In order to avoid this, Sri Krishna comes up with a plan. He asks Barbarik's head as arms. Realizing who was asking this, Barbarik agrees to do so, on a condition that his head has to witness the entire battle of Kurukshetra. Sri Krishna grants him this boon. According to his last wish, Barbarik's head was mounted on the 3 arrows and placed on a hill to witness the battle. After winning the battle, while all the Pandavas were discussing their valor, Yudhishthir asked for Barbarik's opinion, as he was the only one witnessing it in entirety. He says that, as he could see, this entire battle was just another form of Shiv Keshav. It was fought by Narayan Chakra, for quenching Mahakali's thirst for blood. And this entire thing is an illusion created by Lord Krishna. Saying this, Barbarik takes leave from Pandavas and also from his own life. This is the story of an unsung warrior from Mahabharat. There are certain things that can be observed from this story. Barbarik dismantles his head and hands it over to Krishna, which was similar to the robotic technology today. His head might have moved in the battlefield like a drone, otherwise it is impossible to witness the entire battle. Also in English, Barbarik means inhuman. Does it originate from Barbarik? Big question. There are temples in India where Barbarik is worshipped. One of them was the Khatu Shyam temple in Rajasthan's Shikhar district. It's believed that his head was buried in this place called Khatu. Not long after the Kurukshetra and the end of Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga has begun. A shepherd found a mysterious skull which was unlike a human skull. Later they started worshipping it as Barbarik's skull. They still believe that this is the skull in Barbarik's statue, and the place where it's found is called Shamkund. Is robotic technology present in Dwapar Yuga also? Is Barbarik a robo? There are several mysteries like this in Mahabharat which are till date unsolved.